One quiet night in the wilderness, a man found himself fighting for his life. But this was no ordinary fight. The man he wrestled was sent by God, and by morning, Jacob would walk away with a limp, a new name, and a destiny that would change history. Jacob had lived most of his life running from consequences, running from people he had wronged, running from his past. Years earlier, Jacob had deceived his own brother, Esau, and stolen the blessing that belonged to him. Esau was furious, so Jacob fled. For years, he lived far away, building a family, gaining wealth, and trying to move on with his life. But the past has a way of catching up. One day, Jacob received terrifying news. His brother Esau was coming to meet him, and he was bringing 400 men. Jacob was afraid, not just afraid for himself, but for his wives, his children, and everything he had built. That night, Jacob sent his family across the river. Then he stayed behind, alone. The desert was silent. The stars stretched across the sky. But something unexpected happened. Out of the darkness, a man appeared, and suddenly, the two of them began to wrestle. No warning, no explanation, just struggle. They fought in the dirt under the moonlight. Minutes turned into hours. Jacob refused to give up. He clung to the mysterious stranger with every ounce of strength he had left. The man realized Jacob would not quit, so he touched Jacob's hip. Instantly, Jacob's hip went out of joint. The pain must have been intense, but even then, Jacob still held on. The stranger said, "Let me go, for the dawn is breaking." But Jacob answered with fierce determination, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." Then the stranger asked a simple question. "What is your name?" "Jacob," he replied. The name Jacob meant deceiver, the one who grasps and takes. But that name was about to change. The stranger said, "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with God and with men, and have overcome." Jacob realized something shocking. He had not just wrestled with a man, he had wrestled with God. Overwhelmed, Jacob named that place Peniel, which means the face of God, because he said, "I saw God face to face, and yet my life was spared." As the sun rose, Jacob limped away from that place. His hip was injured, but something deeper had changed. He was no longer the same man who had entered the fight. Jacob, the deceiver, was gone. Israel had been born, and from Israel would come a nation, a people, a story that would shape the world. Sometimes God doesn't change us through comfort. Sometimes he changes us through struggle. And like Jacob, the night that breaks us may also be the night that transforms us.